What's going on, everybody? It's Willoughby's, and welcome back to the Lore Chronicles. Today, we are revealing two brand new ARCHAZIA'S Island cards. But before we get to looking ahead to the future, we wanted to take a moment to look back at the past and honor what, after we reveal today, will be no longer. Check it out.
And here lies Diablo, 2024 to 2025.
And that is the card. Here we are. Lore Chronicles card reveal. We've got a 2-cost uninkable in Helga Sinclair. Tough as nails. So she's got a 0-4 stat line, but some of those abilities are going to come into play because she does have Challenger +3. So while challenging, this character gains +3 attack, and she's got the ability Quick Reflexes. So during your turn, this character gains evasive. They can challenge characters with evasive. She is Storyborn. She is a villain, and this was created by the incredible artist Same Old Story. Check the spelling there if you're trying to find that artist, because it is spelled a little bit differently. Oh, and she quests for 1 lore. So there you have it. Helga Sinclair, tough as nails, putting that final nail in the coffin of Diablo. Thank you to Dick for that one. What do we think of this card?
I am so glad it's Challenger 3 so that we can take out Diablo in a cove.
Yep, that is going to be huge. So obviously Hidden Cove is a location in Emerald. It gives +1 strength and +1 willpower to anything that you move in there. So a lot of the times with that Diablo 2/2 stat line, they move it into the cove, right? And then it's a 3/3, so then your fire the cannons or whatever you want to use doesn't kill it, but this gets around that. And she's a pretty clean answer, right? She comes out on 2. So if they shift that Diablo on turn 2, but you're on the play, you get to have her out first. Otherwise, you get to have her out second. So it comes out pretty quickly. But yeah, this was really cool to see. I think also we were talking about off camera, there's a shift line, right? This is a shift line. There's a Helga Sinclair with a shift line.
Yep, if you are in fact yourself Emerald Steel, maybe you are the bad guy playing Diablo.
Yeah, so we've got that Helga Sinclair that you can shift on top of that. Really, really cool. But the excitement doesn't stop there, because I bet you're wondering why I'm wearing this pretty awesome hat. Well, I'll tell you. Here we go. Second card reveal. That's right, we've got 2, baby. So this one is a 4-cost inkable Treasure Guardian Foreboding Sentry. This is a 3/3 stat line, Storyborn, of course, and we've got the ability Untold Treasure. When you play this character, if you have an illusion character in play, you may draw a card. And this, of course, quests for 2, created by the amazing artist Alexandria Neonakis, the art there. So really, really cool. And I like the quote as well. At last, after all my years of searching, right? And we hear that from Jafar. So yeah, this one's really cool as well. What do you think of this one, Dick?
Actually, I think this one might see a lot of play, not just like in response to some other deck being good. I mean, so we've seen 2 of these so far that are in the artwork. Spoiler alerts, we had to record this in advance. So who knows if there's also going to be a magic carpet and an Abu. But just playing the 2-cost illusions, curving into this on 4, a lot of people are cutting things like genies because it's so hard for them to survive all the brawls and all of the big Sisus in the format. So maybe a 3-power 2-quester is where you're at.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we have seen an Iago and a Raja, and some of those have been illusions, right? I think they both were illusions, actually. Yeah.
Yes.
So seeing both of those, and then now hopefully, like Dick mentioned, we don't know the rest of the reveals. We're recording this in advance, but hopefully we see an Abu and a magic carpet come out. But yeah, I think this 4-cost spot or slot in Amethyst is quite competitive, regardless of the archetype you're running, right? So like some popular decks we saw pop up this past season or this past set were Amethyst Steel, right? Amethyst Steel had a lot of play and it was pretty strong. And then, of course, even Ruby Amethyst has always been, you know, a top dog since the beginning of the set. So regardless of what, you know, color combination you're using Amethyst for, you're going to see that 4 slot have goats. You're going to see that 4 slot have rabbits. And now with this previous set, we saw this 4 slot take genies. But like you said, genie kind of became like a Diablo, where it was, you know, we started the genie wars with the genies and the Elsas in this Amethyst color slot, and we had to see answers and responses to these things like Brawl, even like Medusa is a more expensive answer, right? So it was how quickly can we get rid of this genie? And so because of that, everybody started slotting in that removal. So, you know, swapping out a genie, however, you know, many you were playing with something like a Treasure Guardian, especially as we continue to see these new illusion characters be revealed, I think it can be quite powerful to just continue doing what Amethyst does best, right? Drawing a card. They can't Brawl this one, but you're still going to be able to quest for 2. And you know what? Having something be inkable is always going to make it viable, right? The second something is inkable, it is suddenly a much better option in your deck versus if it wasn't, right? Because you can't have too many uninkable. So I think this one's going to be really cool. And I think, you know what? I'm going to say it. It's only a common. Get those foils now, folks. Get those foils now. Invest in this card.
I feel like with Reign of Jafar coming after this set, there's got to be more illusions, right?
Absolutely.
Like, even if this isn't the time for it, this might be the time where people are sleeping on it, and yeah, you should probably pick them up early.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great point, right? So again, that's what the hat is for, folks. I did play the Sultan in middle school in my Aladdin Junior musical production. But that's true. We do have, you know, obviously we're looking super far ahead here because we haven't even gotten through this set, which we're all super excited about. But yeah, coming up on Reign of Jafar after this one, it's going to be a whole host of Aladdin characters, right? And I think Treasure Guardian is really going to be something fun to see, even in just like a limited format, right? Something like Sealed. You get to drop this if you already have an illusion character out because they're already in the sets, like you mentioned. If you happen to get that 2-drop, you're drawing a card that's invaluable in Sealed. So we're really excited to see these 2 cards. We'll show Helga again right here for you. But thank you so much to Ravensburger, to Disney Lorcana for allowing us to do these reveals for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you go to DisneyLorcana.com to see all of the rest of the ARCHAZIA'S Islands reveals. Appreciate all of the love and support, especially from Ravensburger giving us these 2 cards. Like we said, we're recording this before we haven't even seen the rest of the reveals, right? So if you see cards that synergize with these 2 cards, we want to know. Leave us a comment. Let us know what kind of cool things you might want to be putting into your decks with these cards and what other things have popped up that you think are going to work well with it. But that's going to be all from us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment. We'll see you in the next one.